Hey guys, Carrix here with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the Henshin Belt Deluxe MetsubouJinrai ForceRiser from Kamen Rider 01. This is the belt used by Kamen Rider Horobi and Kamen Rider Jin to transform. This set includes the ForceRiser, Sting Scorpion Progress Key, and a set of belt parts. So, let's get started. First up, we'll start by looking at the Sting Scorpion Progress Key, which is used by Kamen Rider Horobi. This key is done in a neon purple color, with a scorpion motif, and the ability Poison. You can see the image of the scorpion here, with the name and the ability. On the back, you've got the same typical design as other Progress keys. You have the two sounds it makes on its own.
Scorpion ability.
And then, you flip it open to see the X-ray of the mechanical scorpion, as well as the scorpion icon extended there.
Scorpion ability.
Next, we'll look at the ForceRiser created by MetsubouJinrai.net, which may sound like a website name, but is actually an evil organization. However, on a side note, the domain name MetsubouJinrai.net has been registered, though it's a fan site that pretty much exists for the sake of existing and doesn't have much special about it. The main colors of this driver are black, yellow, and silver, and this has a very ramshackle design to it compared to the 01 driver, which looked like a high-tech computer processor, and the ForceRiser, which looked like a very sleek military weapon. The main thing you notice about it is that it looks like it's made from a lot of roughly cut metal plates, the kind you might see for metal plate flooring, as well as these kind of elastic bands, which seem to hold them all together. You've got a lever here, which is the main gimmick of the driver, where you can pull it out, which will extend this part and flip it over, and then you can push it back in to retract it. They've even added details to there to make it look as if there's a coil and wire just sticking out from it. On the back, you've got a lot of more of that plate and strap detailing. And something very distinct about this is that the actual backing of the driver is very thin, especially compared with other rider belts. Additionally, it does come with a set of belt straps, which works much the same as the straps that came with the ForceRiser. Where basically, you have these two segments, labeled as L and R. So first, take the L segment, slide in through there, take the belt stopper, which is recycled from the Beyond driver, slide onto the R segment. Then, take the R segment and lift it so it overlaps the L. And snap them together. And then just loop the belt around to connect the two parts. Just properly adjusting it. And I'll just bring back. Stop it like this. And there we have the completed ForceRiser. And the addition of the belt strap certainly make up for the thinness of the back plate of the buckle. After that, we can now test out the functions of the ForceRiser. So first off, you're going to want to switch on using the power switch back here. We'll also give you a confirmation line sound.
ForceRiser.
You got the speaker here and the light here. Now one thing that makes this unique is that there isn't any kind of filter over the LED. It's just a hole, so you can see it directly inside of there. And this will create a bit of an issue in terms of how it works. Or at least a visual issue. Now also, you can pull and push back in the lever to make a generic activation sound. But to properly use the ForceRiser, we'll also need to use a progress key.
Oh, yeah. ForceRise. Sting Scorpion.
And there we get the transformation into Kamen Rider Horobi, Sting Scorpion. So as I mentioned, the fact that it's just a bare LED does create a bit of an issue. And so you can see there. Now that is another issue on the side, but first getting to my first point is that what the LED is supposed to do is illuminate the image here and let you see it in a red color, but as you can see there, you basically just see the light coming through and you don't see much of the image. The other thing is that with the way this is positioned, it's actually a little bit sensitive to where a little bit of jostling can cause the progress key to activate and start up the special attack sound even if you haven't gone to it. Now another thing I can show you guys is that this works a little bit differently from the other two drivers. Is if I put in the progress key without activating it, it works exactly the same. And herein is where the meaning of ForceRiser and ForceRise comes in that basically this driver bypasses the authorization check to forcibly rise or activate the progress keys. And just on a kind of personal side note, the completed look of the ForceRiser with the Sting Scorpion progress key in very much reminds me of Master Rider Sword from Master Rider Kabuto, in that obviously you have this kind of purple Scorpion Rider here, but also the overall look of the driver reminds me a lot of his masked form with all of the kind of yellow parts as well as the sort of cable look he's got going on. But next up, to activate the special attacks, there are two of them. So what you want to do is push back in the lever and then pull it back out. That activates Sting DYSTOPIA. And if we do it again, that activates Sting UTOPIA. And if you do it again, it'll just loop back to DYSTOPIA. Now, as I said at the beginning, this driver is also used by Kamen Rider Jin, and what makes him unique is that he transformed using a previously released progress key. In this case, it's the Flying Falcon progress key, which he stole from Kamen Rider 01. So, we'll now test it out with the ForceRiser. And there we have the transformation into Kamen Rider Jin Flying Falcon, where we now see the overall look of it has now changed to incorporate the Falcon design and the pink color. So we'll then activate the Flying Dystopia. And the Flying Utopia. Of course, the ForceRiser can be used with any progress key. So, for some examples, I've brought in the main progress keys of the other three riders. First up, Rising Hopper. Now I will say that the design of the driver does work for some progress keys where it spreads out enough to where you can see the image. And this is actually a configuration that's used in the upcoming team-up movie with G.O., Kamen Rider Reiwa the First Generation, which lets 01 become Kamen Rider 001. And for each of these, I'll just activate one of the two special attacks. And something you also might have heard is that with this one, it actually said the English bit of the progress key at the end of the transformation, whereas with Sting Scorpion and Flying Falcon, it actually doesn't have them. Next is Shooting Wolf. And third, Rushing Cheetah. Now the way this whole thing works is that every progress key has a little indented slit here near the top of the front plate. And on the ForceRiser, you can see this slot with a little notch here. This slides into there and then, using the lever, pulls open the front cover. Additionally, the Sting Scorpion progress key is of course compatible with the other drivers. So next up we'll test it out with the 01 driver. Then we'll activate the Sting Impact.
Sting Impact.
And using another progress key, we'll power it up to the Sting Terra Impact. And finally, we'll test out the Scorpion key with the ForceRiser, as I'll be saving the weapon sounds for the next video. Alright, the Sting Blast. And bring in the buckle to activate the Sting Blast Fever. As a bit of a fun note, the sound pattern for the ForceRiser is actually the same as if you use a progress key in the ForceRiser without activating it. And there we go. Overall, it's a very cool thing that we've gotten 3 unique rider belts within just the first quarter alone of Kamen Rider 01, and it definitely helps make it stand out from a lot of other recent rider series, where we've typically gotten just 1 rider belt until the second quarter where we'd get a second one, and so for riders who appeared within the first quarter, they typically share the same belt. But with this one, we've got a unique setup where the main rider has his own belt, then the 2 kind of secondary riders share a belt, and then the 2 villain riders share their own belt. And it really works because they each use the progress keys in a different way. And the ForceRiser is no different. With this, you have something that really makes it stand out with the whole force riding thing, where you don't actually need to activate the progress key because it bypasses the authorize check. And then, you get the whole thing of it forcing open the progress key using that lever. And it's a very solid feeling gimmick, where it has a nice, satisfying sound and feel when you actually activate it. And so you really do get the sense as if you're forcing this thing open. Of course, it comes with a progress key for one of the riders, and it is a cool thing that if you've already obtained the Flying Falcon progress key, then you'll be able to use it for both riders. And of course, with all of the different progress keys released at this point, if you've been collecting a lot of them, then you'll already have a lot of playability when you initially get the driver. So if you're a fan of these 2 riders, I can definitely recommend picking up this belt. Next time, I'll be reviewing the Deluxe Attached Arrow. So, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And if you're new and would like to see more, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And for now, this is KRX50, Riding off.